Good morning, everybody. Broadcasting live from, where am I? El Arenal in Mexico, right between Tequila and Guadalajara. I'm Bill the Geek, and we're going live this morning. Love you all. And what do we do at the Bill Dallas Lewis channel? We make videos about living in Mexico and about sharing the love and joy of living in Mexico. I'm happy to see that people are in the house this morning. We have some video clips for you today. We have about 12 video clips. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to show you some very special photos from one of our subscribers, and it's been a great week. We have a lot to cover this morning, and I'm happy to see everyone in the house. Ola, Mark, and Chris. And Mark, if you don't know what Ola means, that means hello in Spanish, okay? We'll cover some Spanish tips. And hola to Christine in Montana. It's warming up there. I'm sure the flowers are getting ready to come out. Catherine is in the house, and I just got an email from John, who's in Ajijic, staying at La Posada Hotel. And I stayed in La Posada Hotel this week and shared some time with some very special people. We're going to talk about that. Katrina, the maker. Good morning, Katrina. Rango, buenos dias. James and Rena in the house. Ola, 11 days till I retire and 24 till Ajijic. Come on down and have some fun. Senor Mexico, hola. Hola. What? No audio? There's no audio? Tell me there's audio. Good morning. Hola, Jack Webb made it back home to Kentucky. Tell me there's audio. Is there audio? Can you guys hear me? Somebody tell me about the audio. Hola, Bill. Hola. Oops. Oh. Good, Christine. I'm glad to hear that. Great. Right on. You guys can hear me. Okay, we got 28 people in the house, 9 likes. Thank you very much. Okay, Rango, there's audio. Thank you for that feedback, because that freaks me out when there's no audio. Thank you so much. We hear you. Okay. This week, CMT 63, which is actually Chris and Mark, they said, we're in Ajijic. We're staying at La Posada Hotel. Come on over and visit us. Well, just so happens that I had some legal matters to take care of in Chapala, Ajijic, and I had filed my tax returns at DHL. So I stayed at La Posada. And Chris, I tell you, La Posada Hotel, if you're going to go to Ajijic, it's not quite the Marriott, but it's very clean, and the people are super friendly. And they had emailed me like 10 days ago that they were in room 304. So if you stay at La Posada, you want to get on the 3rd floor, because then you get your own little balcony terrace that looks over the lake. And at nighttime, the lake sounds like the ocean. It's very peaceful and quiet. So I told them, make sure you get on the 3rd floor. So they were in room 304. And I told the people at La Posada I wanted to be on the 3rd floor. So I was in room 303. And we hooked up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we sat around in their room and talked for several hours. And then we went to La Bodega. And we talked about La Bodega. And it's Javier and his wife, Marta. And we hung out there, and I got home we all got home at midnight. And I tell you, man, I miss Ajijic. I'm living out here by myself in the country in a beautiful home. But Ajijic is kind of calling me. I'm going to make an announcement like next week about what's up with that. Let's see who else is in the house. Got audio in Spokane. Cool. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Cindy, good morning. Audio is great. Thank you very much. Jack Webb, you're fine. Thank you very much. We're the party floor now. Yeah, it was the time I spent with Mark and Chris. It was a total party. Now, there's one of our subscribers that hasn't been with us for a couple of weeks, and they were busy. And let me show you a picture of why they were busy. And that subscriber, his name would be Crapo Dr. John in New Jersey. Sometimes he's in New Jersey. Sometimes he's with his family in Pennsylvania. And here's why he couldn't make it last week. This is why he couldn't make it. Because, now, I don't know who the gentleman is with the baby, but I know that his baby is his new grandchild. And there's the baby. The baby looks, oh, look at the cute baby. And the baby looks healthy. It has arms and legs and cute little eyes. Oh, look at that. Congratulations. Crapo. I call him Dr. John, and that's why he hasn't been with us, because he has this new, beautiful addition to his family. Congratulations, Dr. John, and many more grandchildren come for you. Okay, let's see who else is in the house. Gary Kahn, Ola from Gary in Rutica Airbnb on Calle Marcos Casalamos Ajijic. Hola Gary, Crapo, my son-in-law. That was a picture of his son-in-law. Yeah, everybody, congratulate Dr. John. He gives us good feedback on our channel. Yes. Oh, okay. Edward, don't forget to like and subscribe, viewers. Yeah, if you're not subscribers, we have videos that come out. This week we have two. This week was kind of busy, but this week we have two new videos coming out. One is on Komala, and the other one is about a coffee plantation. And I've got some clips. Okay, you could call it a plantation. It's really just a small farm, but this guy makes coffee. Oh, and we got some clips. Here is the first clip. Oh, also, doctors at home. If you're in Puerto Vallarta, make sure you visit. Well, if you're sick, the link to Doctors at Home in Puerto Vallarta only. That is Teresa's son-in-law, Aurelio. He provides excellent service. Tell him that Bill the Geek sent you. Aurelio is doing great. He was kind of poor about 3 years ago when he got his medical degree, but thanks to the COVID virus, he's been getting business out the butt, okay? And he just opened an office, got a new apartment, opened a brand new office. He's doing great. Okay, that girl. Also, folks, I'm meeting so many people that are moving down here. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do some interviews with people that are moving down here or that have moved down here. Especially, I would love to do some more interviews with individuals with interesting stories that live in the Ajijic Chapala area, but we've had viewers and subscribers who live in like San Miguel, Allende, or they live in Pueblo. A couple that live in San Luis Potosi emailed me. I have to get back to them, but I am open to doing one-on-one video interviews, or if you're a couple, we can put both of you in the interview. If you're interested in sharing your story and your experience about immigration, moving to Mexico, living in Mexico, wherever you are, my email is in the description below. So please reach out to me. Okay, let's see what Jack Webb is talking about. Bill, I got to meet someone I went to college with. We had a very nice reunion lunch together. She and her husband are retired and moving to Ajijic. What are the chances of that happening? That's a miracle. It's a miracle. Oh, one time when I was a college student, I was doing an internship in Jersey City, New Jersey. And I was poor. And I was working in a juvenile diversion program with really challenged teenagers. Some of these teenagers, they were drug dealers. Some of them were pimps. It was a wild experience, but it was around Christmas time and school closed, and I didn't have hardly any money. I was broke. I had no food. I was living on Jell-O from the school, and I took a walk into the ghetto of New Jersey. It was, but I'm referring to what happened to Jack Webb, meeting a friend like that. And I looked up, and there was this guy from my college, Dartmouth, and his name was Boo. I don't even know but his nickname was Boo, a black guy. I said, where are you going? He said, I'm going over to Jim's house. And Jim was another black dude at Dartmouth. And I'm going to have dinner. And I didn't know anybody in Jersey City. So I went over to this Jim's house, and they had this big spread of food it was all soul food, but out of nowhere, Boo showed up, and I hooked up with Jim and his family. So yeah, strange things can and do happen. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, okay. Well, this show, we're going to show a clip with Lucy about her tours. Lucy was my tour guide about 2 weeks ago. We have 2 more videos coming up, but let's go right to a clip with Lucy here. I'm checking over here. Gary Kahn, been in Mexico for 5 months, bought a car in Los Cabos and traveling the country, hoping to meet in person. Gary, maybe we can do that. Claudia, good morning, everybody. Hola, Claudia. Linda Burns, Arizona in the house. Habero's hooking me up right on. And Habero is a great immigration attorney. Chris and Mark are working with Habero right now. He gave them special advice to help them get in here. Enrique from Chicago, the Windy City. Glad to have you in the house. Okay, Zen Maiden. We're moving down in about 18 months from California. What can you tell us about Valle del Bravo? It looks like a great place to live. I'll have to look that one up. All of Mexico is great. If you want to be an area where you can walk everywhere and continuously explore, this place is where it's at. I think that's Chris, CMT63. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, and at first it was great, but after returning to Ajijic, Ajijic is quite fabulous. I had so much fun, and you know, Ajijic is fantastic. There's so many fantastic places, but just to be able to walk around in pedestrian traffic, I love it. Okay, here we go. Let's go with our first clip. Let's see. Now, this is where I was staying in Comala. Comala, yeah, that's how you say it. And I don't think there's any audio here, but I stayed at a little hotel, which is also called La Posada. And it was a nice place. I only paid about $28 a night. They had a nice little restaurant downstairs. And there is the entrance to the place. And it was only 4 blocks away from anywhere. And I didn't see any Americans or Canadians the entire time I was there. But it was really nice and clean. And the people were, but this is Comala. And I'm going to say that Lucy turned me on to this place. If you want a tour of the Tequila, Guadalajara, Comala, she hooked me up with all of that. And if we look here, I'm walking from the hotel. You can see my shadow down there at the very bottom. But like 3 blocks away from my hotel, I'm walking now to the square, and it was very quiet, very quaint. Lucy lives in Comala, and as opposed to Colima, and Colima is a major town. Colima is only like, a 15-minute drive from Comala. But the plaza is just surrounded with, the church. There's an OXXO on the corner, all kinds of restaurants and bars, very quiet. I don't know, maybe I could live there. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to live, what I'm going to do with my life. And of course, everywhere in Mexico, the towns have their name in big letters, whether it's Puerto Vallarta, Matzatlan, wherever it is. Lucy took me here, and she hooked me up with this fine place to stay. And it was a great experience hanging out with Lucy for 2 full days of tours. Okay, hola, Mark. Me told me. Hola from Los Angeles. Me told me, when are you coming down to Mexico? When are you going to come on down? Zen Maiden. Mayo told me, which part of LA? We're out on the West Valley. Yeah, share your info. Sure. Okay, now we're going to, William just donated to the channel, and I got to thank you very much for your donation, because we really need some, moolah in the house so we can eat tacos and maybe drink a couple of Heineken. But William, thank you very much for your donation. And for those of you that are watching the replay, if you're watching the replay and you're not watching live, we have a donate button down in the description. Feel free to give it a click if it's 50 cents, $1, $2, whatever works for you. But thank you very much for your contribution. Okay, now I kind of forget what this next clip is, but I'm going to play it. Here we go.
Very small.
This has audio, and I'm going to turn the audio down, but Lucy in this clip is explaining the richness of plant life in the Colima, Calama area. She said it's pretty much impossible to starve here because there are so many types of fruits and vegetables, plants. I mean, you can be homeless and just eat all the time. But in this video, she's driving, this video will come out this week. We're driving to a botanical garden that is fabulous, and I have a full video coming out about this fabulous botanical garden, and I'll be showing you clips from there in a second. Jack Webb, as far as favorite towns, both of us really loved the country vibe of Jocotepec. We liked it so well, we went to visit twice. Hokotepec is pretty cool. And I did a video on Hokotepec. I met some people that lived in Hokotepec. And for those of you that are not familiar with Hokotepec, it is, I'm going to say it's like a 20 or 30 minute drive from Chapala, Ahihik. And it's very quaint. And I met 4 Americans at a cafe on their plaza, and they loved it. One of them had been living in Hokotepec for 17 years, and one of them said, gosh, Americans and Canadians are moving down here to Hokotepec like crazy. They're saying that every week they have more people from the United States and Canada moving in, and one of them said, it's a shame. It's a shame these Americans and Canadians are moving here. But Hokotepec is the bomb. And then now they're starting to have a Canadian, American, more of them there, but it's a lot cheaper. It's going to, in Hokotepec, in Ahihik, you're going to pay money for an apartment, but I'm doing research on apartment rentals throughout Mexico, and there are places for about $400 a month. You can get 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, get your internet for $17 a month, and that's one of the many benefits. I'm from Ohio, and Chris and Mark that I spent 9 hours with on Wednesday, they lived in my hometown, Columbus, Ohio, for many years. And no more snow in Mexico. It's cheaper. The people are friendly here. When I was staying at the hotel Wednesday, I met some people from Philadelphia. And they were visiting their father who lives in Ahihik, and he has lived in Ahihik for 27 years. And the guy is 93 years old. And the guy's son that I met at the hotel, he said, if he hadn't lived in Ahihik all of this time, he would not have made it to be 93 years old because it was so peaceful and loving. And speaking of peace and love, I got to thank Senor Mexico for his contribution, because that gives me more tacos and a couple of more Heinekens. Thank you so much. But okay, Ahihik is a great place for a home base and jumping point to visit so many places in Mexico. Yes, and I'm looking at where I'm going to live. I'm reconsidering where I'm going to live, but Chris, CMT63, who's a female who lived in my hometown, I know she was born in my hometown. We talked about that a lot. But she's so right. Ahihik is Ahihik and Chapala, though I prefer Ahihik. I got sour on Ahihik. I don't know what my problem was, but Ahihik is cool, and it's kind of in the middle of Mexico. So you can live in Ahihik and visit so many places, or if you're just starting out in Mexico, Ahihik is a great starting point to go visit different places. But Chris is totally right. Mark, I think that's Mark. 2 weeks in Ahihik and my stomach is finally okay and no longer feeling bloated. Good, Mark. Probiotics helped out, right? Oh, good morning, Bill, and everyone tuning in. Jack Webb, Melarkey, we are trying to buy a place right next door to San Antonio Hospital. Technically in Chapala City limits, but but more so in San Antonio. San Antonio, and if you're not familiar with the Ajijic area, San Antonio is right between Chapala and Ajijic. That's okay. How do you explain this? To drive from Chapala to Ajijic, oh God, it's like a 5-minute drive with all kinds of shops and restaurants between Chapala and Ajijic, and San Antonio is right between the two, so maybe it's a 3-minute drive from either place to get to San Antonio. Also, the San Antonio Hospital is a private hospital. I think they built that hospital for gringos. So if you have health insurance in Mexico, then you can go there. They have super facilities. I've never used them. If I return to the Ajijic Chapala area, I would go there for a checkup. Also, I have to mention that Mark of Chris and Mark had $18,000 worth of dental work done back in the United States, and Mark probably could have got all that $18,000 worth of work done for about $7,000 in Mexico. And if you are in the Puerto Vallarta, Ajijic, Chapala, Jocotepec area, the last dentist I went to, there's a place called Dental Express. They have a website. They are located right outside of Ajijic. They have great facilities. You can get implants for really cheap. And many people come down to Mexico just for the dental work because they have excellent doctors. And Dental Express, they also have an office in Puerto Vallarta. Okay, here we go. Matzatlan, my favorite so far. Gary Kahn, Matzatlan is very high on my place for places to live. Matzatlan. My only hesitation with Matzatlan, I mean, it's a big city, but the people are sophisticated. They have a lot of industry there. They have universities there. And I think they have a large number of expats. And I'm sure that they have organizations if you can't speak English. But I love Matzatlan. The only thing is, it's on the West Coast. And it's kind of far away from everything. And with me traveling, that means for me to get somewhere like Mexico City or San Miguel Allende, that's like a 6-hour bus ride, but that's okay. I'm really thinking about living in Matzatlan. It's a great place. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, check the water in San Antonio. Not every place there has consistent water pressure. Okay. Delicious Passover meal at Monic's restaurant last night with Lake Chapala Jewish congregation. Very good, Gary. Also, may I say, if you are in the Chapala, Ajijic area, my favorite restaurant in Ajijic, Chapala, is a place called Romeo and Julieta's. Excellent Italian food, pizza. They have the best pizza I've had in Mexico. They make calzones. It's owned by an Italian guy. He also makes ice cream, but that's my favorite. It's called Romeo and Julieta's. You can do a search for them on Facebook. They have a Facebook page. You can see their menus. Okay, let's get back. Monte Valle de Bravo is beautiful. Very cold October through February. No gringos there. Vacation place for the rich, wealthy politicians of Mexico City. Lakeside has more restaurants, better. Very good. I have to check it out. I wasn't aware. Malarkey, oh, nice, Bill. Thanks for the dental advice. Yeah, I meet people down here all the time that come to Mexico just for the dental work. And a lot of Amish people come here from Ohio and Pennsylvania just for the dental work. I've got about 10 caps in my mouth, and they were like $150 to $200 each. I get my teeth cleaned for about $20. I mean, it's dental care is great down here in Mexico. Come on down. You can get your teeth fixed and take a vacation at the same time. All right, on Matomi, we can't wait to get the process going. Considering San Miguel and get started somewhere cooler than Central Highlands. Yeah, Zen Maiden, come on down. Jack Webb, I was told the water pressure can be low in San Antonio. Yeah, okay. But wherever I've lived in Mexico, there's always been a challenge with water pressure. And when I lived in the house in Chapala, the water pressure sucked. But we got a compressor. And the compressor cost about $300. And you just hook up the compressor. I don't know how to do it, but the guy that sold the compressor did, and it just changed everything. You just get a compressor, even if you have low water pressure. I lived in Guadalajara. The water pressure there sucked. Well, I lived in 3 places or 4 places in Puerto Vallarta. The water pressure sucked in all of those places. So I'm thinking that almost anywhere you go in Mexico, unless you have a compressor, the water pressure is going to suck. But you just buy a compressor and it's like it'll change your life. Oh, Brian Maiden, how was the wedding last week? Oh, okay. It was great. They had like Brian, you're funny. You got a great memory. They had about 300 people. And this was the aunt of Danny, who's 28 years old. He's the co-owner of this house. He came back from Bogota, Colombia to attend the wedding. And it was his aunt. His aunt has 13 brothers and sisters. And in this small town, the population here has to be 3,000 or 4,000 people. But it was very festive. They partied, lots of wonderful music, lots of food. It was their 25th wedding anniversary. All the people were very friendly and loving. Another bonus to living in Mexico, meeting Mexican nationals and hanging out with their families. Woo, okay. Let's get back in here. I'm sorry. Let me twist the monitor so I can see better. Maybe that's why I'm squinting, because I can't see the monitor. Zen Maiden. Monty, maybe we will be the first gringo. Sure, come on down. Gary Kahn. Hotel by Italo. Good pizza. Oh, okay. Jack Webb, we went to, cool, Jack Webb. It's a great place. Yeah, great place. Yeah, okay. CMT 63, we checked out water pressure and whether or not to the places for sale or rent had hot water, and all taps, consistent pressure, plus filtration systems. And that's another thing about Mexico and Puerto Vallarta. They say that you can drink the tap water in Puerto Vallarta. It's one of the places in Mexico that actually has a certificate that our water is clean enough to drink. But I've never drank any water out of a tap, and I knew a Mexican national that was drinking water out of a tap, and he got really sick and almost died. Maybe he did die. My neighbor, I had 2 neighbors in Chapala that had filtration systems, and they were paying like $20 a month. So supposedly then you can drink all the water and all that kind of stuff. So check it out. Monte Zen Maiden, the lake views are breathtaking. I bought an acre of land, but we sold it after discovering Lakeside Chapala. Nice for vacationing only. There are some beautiful places in Mexico, but you, oh, by the way, ain't Katie Ibarra a doll? Yeah, Jack Webb was with realtor Katie Ibarra last week. I think that was last Saturday. He had an appointment with her. Katie Ibarra is great. If you're looking to buy a home, check out Katie Ibarra. All of her contact information is in the description below. She is a real hoot. She lives in Chapala, and she's been in Chapala for 10 years. She speaks fluent Spanish and English. She's from my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. So if you are looking for a house, you want to check out Katie Ibarra. Okay, this is Chris. Look for places that have extra water supply. Usually ground level, has a cistern that the municipality can refill to keep the Tanaka filled for usage. Ahihik does that. Thank you for the tip, Chris. Let's go to another clip. Now, this video is coming out this week. It's about Comala, and there's an excellent botanical garden built by a scientist. And here, this we're going to turn this on. And this guy, it was a factory. I forget what kind of factory it was, but this is the plaza of this little town, and we go into this guy's house, and he was like a genius. He was like a Albert Einstein kind of guy. And this plaza is attached to his house. And if you go into the house, it's just awesome. This guy was a brilliant guy. He did all of the woodwork. Let's go into the house. There is. We will turn the volume down. But we're going to go into his house. This is all his house. Now it is owned by, if I'm not mistaken, by the University of Guadalajara. And it's a fabulous, fabulous place. And we had to pay to get in. I had my senior citizens discount card, so I got in for free. And this guy, we go through his house. I forget if he was like a coffee producer. He produced something. They checked us for COVID, but this is right outside of Comala. This was a great tour. There's Lucy, and all of Lucy's contact information is in the description below. Check Lucy out. One thing. Let's go back into the house. Outside the house, this guy had all types of plants. Pesos he had a bamboo. These are bamboo trees.
Okay.
I'm going to turn the volume down. A part of he has a botanical garden out here. It's giant. All kinds of plants. I'm going to show you a surprise plant here in a minute. He has a collection of turtles in these little turtle ponds. Yeah. It's just beautiful. This is right outside of the city of Comala on my tour with Lucy, and all of Lucy's contact information is below.
I didn't hit the
now,
I got to go back for the.
Let me turn the volume down here. This clip is only 50 seconds long, but this rocket scientist guy, he grew all of these plants. He wanted to show all the plants you can find in Colima. And now we're going to look at this plant right here. Right here. Let me click the pause button. Look at the name of this plant. The name of this plant is Vapor Rub. Vapor Rub. And so Lucy had me pull a leaf off of the plant and smell it. And this is the plants that they make Vicks Vapor Rub from. And it was strong. The odor was super strong. It smelled just like Vapor Rub. But this was a part of Lucy's tour. The place was fabulous. If you want to visit the place or know more about the place, I have a full video on the place guided by Lucy, and all of her contact information is below in the description. And Savvy, thank you very much, Savvy, for your contribution. That's more tacos and maybe a Heineken this Saturday afternoon, but thank you so much for your contributions. It was a beautiful tour, a beautiful garden. And I'm really rethinking living in Mexico. Like, Mexico has so many beautiful places, and where I live now is a beautiful place. The people are super friendly. It's very inexpensive. But after visiting Ajijic this week, I only spent one night there. I mean, being able to walk out of where you live and just to be able to get food. If I want to go get a pizza or something, this town has like one money machine, and many times you go there's like 20 people in line for the money machine. Sometimes the money machine doesn't have any money. That's messed up when you need some money and the money machine doesn't have money. But you really have to really look around at the place. Where do you want to live? What does the town have to offer? How many money machines do they have? How are you going to get the food? The beauty of Ajijic, Chapala, I'm going to say Guadalajara, Puerto Vallarta, is you can walk out of your house and pretty much there's food. There's like 5 money machines from within 4 blocks of where you live. Being able to walk to a restaurant. I'm starting to miss that. And as some of you have said today, oh, beautiful place, but this place is really beautiful. I'm finding out that I don't want to be around people all of the time, but occasionally I want to see some real people. So look around, and I can see living in Matzatlan. Puerto Vallarta was wonderful. Living there, Guadalajara was wonderful. Living there, but there are lots of people there, lots of places to eat, lots of money machines. I do like to be able to go to the money machine to get some money. And I'm kind of missing that. And spending an evening with Mark and Chris, CMT63 and Mark, it was so much fun. And we left the hotel, went to La Bodega, heard some music playing, talked to each other, and it was only like 4 blocks away from the hotel. I like that. I love that in Puerto Vallarta. Many times when I lived in Puerto Vallarta, if I just wanted to not work and get away from things, I would walk like 5 blocks to the Malecon, which is right on the beach. Walk down the Malecon, which is like a mile long. Not really, maybe it's only a half mile, but with all the restaurants and bars and the people, and I would just sit there and watch the ocean. There's a lot of beauty in Mexico, but you might find a place that you like. It's beautiful, mountains and lakes, but it's like, how isolated do you want to be? And if you don't speak Spanish, then that isolation issue can be greatly enhanced. So check things out. And if you're coming down just rent a place. I wouldn't, unless you know exactly what you're getting into. Check the place out, rent a place before you make a decision. Okay, would love to see more of all the towns that surround Chapala. Okay, let me get into that. Chapala is about an hour and a half from where I am now, but that could be changing soon. Oh, okay, Savvy. That was Rango. Oh, Rango. Sorry about that, Rango. Yeah, Rango, thank you. And Savvy, thank you for the correction. Crapo, Dr. John. Vic Vapo-Roo, as the Mexicans call Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah. Oh, it smelled great. People who want to live here should consider renting first before buying. Definitely rent before you buy and live in a place. Again, I talk about my cousin almost every week, but she lived in Guadalajara for 3 years, and she was kind of lonely there. She said it was hard to meet people, so she moved to Ajijic. She has a great place, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. She pays $650 a month, has excellent internet. She's like 2 or 3 blocks away from the square. She can walk everywhere. And since she moved to Ajijic, now she has tennis partners. She's learning. She could always play a little guitar, but now she has guitar lessons. She's a painter. She's joining groups. She's in artist groups. And moving to Ajijic has changed her life. Though Guadalajara is a great place, she loves Ajijic, and her life has totally changed. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on. Jack Webb, CMT63. We spent a week in Ajijic and had Ricardo and Michala from Retire in Lake Chapala show us ins and outs of living in the area. Then a week in Chapala. This was time, money, very well spent. Very good, Jack Webb. Yeah, you got to do your research before you make your move. Hook up with somebody that lives in the area. That girl. Oh, also with all you guys telling and sharing these wonderful experiences, I would love to do an interview with some people that have looked around, checked out immigration, checked out different cities. I'd love to do a video one-on-one, or if you're a couple, we can interview both of you. Please respond directly by my email, which is in the description below. Let's see what that girl is talking about. That girl, Bill, remember that your options are far more vast with your language skills. You are going to fall in love with some of your journey destinations, and all of your interest will be there. And that girl is very right. The more Spanish you speak, the more people and situations will open up to you. So good. Okay, you can't get a lay of the land on a short trip. Yeah, if you want to check out Mexico and check out anywhere, you gotta give anywhere some time. I've been in this place for about 2 months now. No, I moved here February, so I've been here February, March. I've been here almost 10 weeks now, and it's just taken me 10 weeks to figure out if I really like it. And that's 10 weeks. I'm going to say my first month, I was totally in love with the place. But yeah, you guys really need to see what I have to do to get into town. It's a trip. But whatever. That girl. There are so many amazing cities that are walkable and diverse. Very good. That's true, that girl. Crapo. Dr. John would love to meet Tulsi. you should put her first on your list of interviews. I did one interview with Tulsi, but maybe it's time to revisit that. Maybe it's time to do a new video with her in her new place and her new Ahihic experience. That would be cool. Linda, buenos dias, Bill. We are settled in and enjoying Ahihic. Linda, right on. Is it blowing your mind, Linda? You having a good time in Ahihic? And I'm going to tell you guys, I know that starting in about 2 more weeks, I'm going to be doing a lot more Ahihic and the surrounding area videos. That's coming up. Okay, now another video that is coming out this week is a video. Let me turn the volume down here. There's Lucy, and this is like a coffee plantation. And this, in a second, you're going to see the guy. That's the owner right there. He is the plantation. And this video is coming out. This is going to be my next video coming out. And Lucy takes me through the plantation. She shows me about the coffee beans. Here we go.
This is typical bread.
Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Okay, there is a coffee tree.
This is...
let me turn down the volume here. And she explains how she's trying to talk me into eating the coffee bean right here, which I don't do, but she's going to open up this coffee bean and eat it. And they grow the coffee beans, they dry them out. You can drink the coffee. This is a part of our 5-hour tour, and this is very close to Colima, Comala. Again, if you would like to do a tour in not Puerto Vallarta, but Guadalajara, Tequila, Comala, Colima, Lucy is your girl. She is so informative, and this trip was so much fun. And this is the first time I've gone anywhere and actually paid somebody to show me around. And from what Jack Webb has said earlier, Jack Webb, I think one of the first places he went when he got to Ahihic was the Lake Chapala Society. He met people that showed him around. He hung out with Katie Ibarra. The more people that you meet, why recreate the wheel? People know stuff. Lucy knows stuff. I'm going to make trips. I want to go to San Miguel Allende. I've only been there one time, but that was like 30 years ago. And when I go, I know I'm going there within the next 3 or 4 months. I want to make a video about there. Well, I can read Wikipedia and stuff like that. But there are expat groups there. I can find a guide, somebody to show me around. I can meet people that will do it voluntarily. I can make phone calls to people before I go. Why recreate the wheel? Wherever you're going to move to in Mexico, reach out. That's what I did when I moved to Mexico from Ohio. My online business, I still make money online, but before I moved to Puerto Vallarta, I didn't know anything about Puerto Vallarta. So I started talking to expats, and I remember talking to this one guy for an hour, and he was renting an apartment that was attached to his house. He owned the apartment, and he told me all about living in Puerto Vallarta, how fast was the internet. He told me about Magic Jack, which is a telephone service. I have a 415 area code, which is downtown San Francisco. I was teaching technical classes. So if you have a 415 area code, everybody knows 415 is downtown San Francisco. He told me about Magic Jack. I still have Magic Jack. You can call anywhere in the United States or Mexico for $40 a year. Okay, that's Magic Jack, and you can pick your area code. But he told me about all kinds of stuff. And I talked to some other people that were living in Puerto Vallarta. And because of the information that I got ahead of time, it made my move a lot more easy. So, don't recreate the wheel. There's lots of people out there that can help you out. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, Savvy. Okay. Linda. Buenos dias, Bill. We are settled in and enjoying Ajijic. Savvy. I'm enjoying my living arrangements in Chapala. It's like the Golden Girls on steroids. And I tell you, life is fabulous. My life has been fabulous for 17 years, but Savvy's saying it's like the Golden Girls on steroids. I was with Mark and Chris for 9 hours. I don't know how long they were going to stay in Ajijic, but they're in the Hotel Posada, and they added 2 more weeks to their stay. I think they were going to be here for like 2 weeks, but they decided to stay for 2 more weeks. They live in Florida, and they got an apartment. They already have an apartment lined up, so they have to go back, load up all their stuff, and have it all moved down here. That's their choice to do that. But they're just having such a good time. They can't leave. And I'm going to talk about that more in a second. But first, I have to thank Dr. John for his contribution to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. John. And congratulations on bringing a beautiful grandchild into the world. And I know you're going to help your kids make this a wonderful contribution to the world. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. MJ. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, wait a minute here. Let's see what's going on. Jay Ross. I got to see what's going on. I think I missed some stuff. Okay. Oh, here we go. Chris, CMT63. Bill, Mark wanted me to mention about our dinner last night at La Bodega. It was Javier's birthday. He's the owner. And the music we heard was amazing. They are friends with the director of the orchestra. Que bueno. I tell you, La Bodega is the place to go in Ajijic, one place. Jay Ross, can you recommend an area in Matzatlan, inexpensive and safe to stay? Okay, Jay Ross, Los Altos. I stayed in a place called Los Altos, and this place is right at the end of the Malecon. It was a wonderful place to stay. I did a video. If you go through my playlist, I did many videos about Matzatlan, and in those description, you can contact a bed and breakfast. There you go. Okay, a couple of things. There's a bed and breakfast, and it's called La Reina del Mar, and that's where I stayed. And if you watch any of those videos, there's contact information with the owners of La Reina de Mar. It's Robert and Sherry. And you can email them directly and ask them. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm running behind here. Fantastic music. Maytomi, what kind of passenger train network does Mexico have? Their passenger train, I don't think it's an extensive network. If you want to get around, you can take a super nice bus rides. 2 videos ago, I talked about bus rides. There is there are no passenger trains that come through here. They have some train service in Guadalajara. There's no train service in Puerto Vallarta. So the rail system down here pretty much sucks. MJ, hi. Oh, I have Magic Jack. I love Magic Jack. MJ, how's Teresa? Miss you making videos with her. MJ, me and Teresa are no longer together. She's a wonderful person, but I haven't seen nor talked to her in 3 or 4 months. Savvy, touching base with other expats prior to arriving to a chosen destination helps you have a soft landing. Yes. Yeah, reach out. Hotel Duana in Matzatlan. Okay, check that out. Jack Webb, I learned who the Mexican singer Pepe Aguilar is and his daughter, Angelina. They are truly talented. Now I have them marked on my Spotify. Right on, Jack Webb in Kentucky. Skydiver 55, Ola Bill, and everyone coming to you from Colorado today, 37 degrees. 37 degrees. Oh no, 37 degrees is mid-April. You know, what Tom Petty say? Didn't you listen to Tom Petty songs? You don't. I'm not going to sing it. Something about being a refugee? No, time to go. That girl, when you lived in Chapala, did the officials visit the homes regarding standing water and mosquito treatment? I just heard about this routine each year. Dengue fever prevention measures. Okay. Before there was COVID, I was living in Guadalajara, and people were getting dengue like mad. And for those of you that don't know anything about dengue, that's you get that from mosquitoes. I mean, how do you prevent that? You would have to wear a safety net around your body all the time. And Teresa had such a huge family that all of a sudden, many members of like nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, people were getting bitten by mosquitoes in Guadalajara, and dengue makes you really sick. And when I lived in Chapala, I mean, like, when I was with Chris and Mark, I was dressed like this. I dress like this all the time. I got a hoodie on. I don't care if it's 100 degrees. I got long pants on. When I was in Chapala, I always wore 2 pairs of socks because the mosquitoes can bite through one pair and wear it. For me, I'm a mosquito magnet, and I love the back porch in Chapala, but I couldn't go out there because every morning, many times I'm on the back porch at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I would hear something, and it was like, really loud. It was almost like somebody had speakers on going, and it was like thousands of mosquitoes in the backyard in Chapala. I mean, now, I stayed with my cousin in Ajijic for 2 weeks, so about 2 or 3 months ago. She had no mosquitoes. When I was with Mark and Chris at the hotel, there were like no mosquitoes, and that's right on the lake. But I tell you what, going back to your comment, there, where we lived in Chapala, they would spray for scorpions and mosquitoes like once a month. But it didn't do anything. The mosquitoes were still horrendous, and we still had scorpions. So if you're going to live in Chapala or anywhere in the Chapala, Ahihik, even where I am, they have scorpions. And that's just a trip. Okay, now. Okay, Rango C. Ola Sky Rider, I'm in Colorado as well. You guys need to hook up and come on down. Lee Ryder, hello, Bill. Would you ever think about making some videos in Zacatecas? Let me write that down. Let's write that down. Zacatecas. So okay. It's a beautiful place. Okay. Oh my God. That's funny. Oh, okay, Brian Maiden. Some spots outside of Winnipeg received up to 80 centimeters of snow. It was crazy. Yeah, time to go. Yeah, CMT 63, no mosquitoes. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but when I was in Chapala, mosquitoes were crazy. Oh, Brian Maiden, Zacatecas is so beautiful. Was there many years ago. Linda, we bought electric bikes to help getting around more quickly when traffic in high is so heavy. Early morning walks are always an adventure. You never know what you'll see. Yeah, the electric bike thing is a great thing, just to be able to zip around. And there's only one major street in between Ahihik and Chapala, and it's hell. So having a bicycle with their bike paths just makes everything so much easier. Oh, Crabble, Dr. John, a.k.a. Joe Griff. Mosquitoes all arrive with the rainy season in Guadalajara and Lakeside area. Yeah, I tell you what, Dr. John, but I was in Chapala for 3 years, and rainy season or not rainy season, we had mosquitoes all year around. But my cousin, and when we were at the hotel, when I was at the hotel with Mark and Chris, there's no mosquitoes. Whatever. We also used 2 drivers, Linda, to take us around longer distances. Yeah. If you don't have a car, and you take a taxi to like you're going to Walmart or and it's like, you know, you're going to have stuff, or what you want to do whenever you take a taxi, always get a card from the taxi drivers. And the more taxis you use, always get their business card. So over a matter of time, like when I didn't have access to my car for like 3 months, I collected about 10 business cards from taxi drivers. And over a period of like 3 months, I knew all of their names. I knew how many kids they have. I knew what the name of their wife was. So I could always call a taxi driver no matter what it was. In Ahihik, you can use Uber, whatever you want to call it, but it may take them, sometimes we would call them and take 5 minutes for them to get there. One time it took like an hour and a half for them to get there. But if you have a collection of business cards of taxis, then you always have transportation. Okay. Okay, Maytomi, I got bit on my first day in Ahihik. Only no bites after the first day, no dengue for you. Very good. James and Rena, we have some e-trikes on order. Right on. Right on. The only bad thing about getting around Ahihik or Chapala on a bicycle, if it's an e-bike or a regular bike, is all of the cobblestone. If you stay on the main roads, you'll be cool. When we first moved to Chapala, we both bought bikes. But the cobblestones, most of the roads were okay, but the cobblestones will just drive you crazy, whatever. CMT 63, Chris, we're heading over to the plaza soon to meet up with some friends that we want you to meet. Okay, this place is amazing. We planned on 2 weeks, and we've been here for 34 days. I tell you, man, you go to Ahihik, Chris and Mark are just enjoying the hell out of it. That girl, Dr. John, the Bobos are startling again in my patio area. They are a drag. Oh, the Bobos. Skyrider 55. Olarango, cloudy here today. 6 weeks, I'll be back in Lake Chapala. That girl, Bobos, yeah. What the heck is a Bobo? Okay, Linda, always tip drivers well. They will remember you and make sure you are taken care of. Yeah, I always tip the drivers. Okay, that girl, Dr. John. I may have done a typo. My treatment guy called them Bobos. Oh, the tiny mosquitoes, if that makes sense. Tiny mosquitoes. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I want to thank everyone so much for coming out today. We have 2 more videos coming out this week. They're going to be tours with Lucy. And this is the end of our tour. Let me turn at the end of our tour, every day at the end of our tours, Lucy would take me to fabulous restaurants. I think this is a Tuesday around 5 o'clock in the afternoon in Comala, Mexico, which is right next to Colima, a wonderful place. The food is great. Here is the plaza. They have all kinds of restaurants, very friendly places. All of Lucy's compact information is in the description below. CMT 63, we are enjoying the hell out of this place. We can't wait to dip out of the USA. CMT 63, Chris and Mark will be moving here. They should be all moved in by the end of June, but they don't want to leave. Oh, James and Rena, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution, James and Rena. $5. Oh, for $5, that's like 4 tacos. I can only eat 2. Oh, okay. Well, with the extra money, I think I'll have to buy a Heineken. Oh, but thank you so much. We're going to be making some big changes over, in 2 weeks, some big changes are getting ready to happen in my life. And I'll share with you some of that maybe next Saturday. If you're not a subscriber, please click the subscribe button. We have more wonderful videos coming very soon. And I want to thank Chris and Mark for the time that they shared with me Wednesday. It was fabulous. I want to thank all of you guys for showing up. Bobos, never heard of Bobos, always called them Zancudos. Oh, Zancudos, what a pain. Brian Maiden, what a great week. Have a great weekend to you. Another great morning with you and all the folks. You guys, thanks for showing up. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. I guess this is Easter weekend, and I want to tell everyone, have a great weekend. Love you all. I'll be back here next Saturday. And if you're watching this and you want to donate to the cause, but I'm not live, so you can't click the little dollar button at the bottom of the chat sign, there's a link in the description below, and you can donate to the channel via PayPal, American Express, or Visa. All right, you guys. Hasta luego. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I will be back next week. Adios. Adios, amigos. Love you all.